Happy weekend, everybody. This is Samantha from Samantha's Designs. I apologize in advance if the lighting is not perfect. It is evening here. The sun's starting to go down. So this could be a little dark, and I apologize. So I just want to share with you some things I've been doing and weigh in on something I think a lot of bloggers are talking about all the time, and that is using the products that you can get from certain places like Wish and AliExpress, eBay, that kind of thing, that are crafting supplies that are not the traditional go to your big box store like Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby, or maybe go online and buy from the companies like Simon Says Stamp, that kind of thing. But getting scrapbooking things or card making things, paper craft goods, direct from China, that is way, way cheaper. So I had never done this, but paying attention to YouTube, to other people who have blogs, some Facebook pages that I'm a part of, people started talking about how they are buying metal dies and things and on the cheap. And I was curious, of course, because I am a crafter, I am a hoarder, and I have a problem. I probably need a 12-step program. But decided to check it out for myself, and I have been pleasantly surprised with most things. Not everything, but most things. So just wanted to share with you some things that I've purchased. This is not at all everything that I've purchased, and this has been over the last several months. But I have to say that all in all, I'm pretty darn satisfied and glad I've done this, because got some great supplies that are a little bit cheaper than buying from those stores or direct from people like, like I said, Simon Says Stamps or some other big website or company. Doesn't mean that I'm not buying from them too, because I do. If you've seen some of my hauls, I still buy those types of products. That will never stop or never go away. But some things it's just kind of nice to do and get some things that are cheaper. That really does add a lot of pizzazz to your card making and that kind of thing. So anyway, just want to show you a few things. And then I got some cards to show you. And at the very end of the video, I'm giving away something that I did buy from one of these stores, that actually from Wish, that I like the product. I think it's good. It's not exactly what I was thinking it was going to be, but it's not bad. It's just not something I can see myself using all the time. But I'm going to share it and give it away. I've only used a few of the parts of that for just a minute, so it's gently used, and but it's a really cool thing. So I'm going to show you what that is in just a minute. All right, first of all, I started with dies. I think dies were the big thing that drew me in. This is one of the dies I got first, and I was just completely thrilled with it. It's got a lot of intricate detail, cuts beautifully, just like any other die I've ever purchased. So this is probably the first thing I've gotten. I've gotten other things. I have a lot. I was able to add all those stitched things that you see on everybody's cards. So this is a way to get those cheaply. So here's a set of 6 stitched square dies. Work beautifully. Have used them already on a lot of cards. Loving these. And now I've gotten circles and hearts and ovals. Now I had the circles already, but not from an eBay or a Wish or anything. Most of these have come from eBay. I'll be quite honest. I've gotten a few things from Wish, but once you figure out that if you go to eBay, you can get these things and there's no shipping, that's why I go there. So here's some snowflakes. I think there's another one that goes with the set that I didn't get them all out. I can't even pick them up. Oh, okay, there you go. So I got some really cool intricate snowflakes. Vines with some flowers on it. I've used this one a few times too. Love it. And then just a good old-fashioned flower. And then this is one I've used a lot already. It's hello. It's this little scripty, fine, thin hello. Love this die. So glad I picked it up. Okay, so once I kind of got comfortable with that, I decided to try some other things. Next thing is I bought an embossing folder. This is kind of like, I don't know what you would call the pattern, but I really liked it. I thought it would be great for masculine cards, and I have already used this as well. I did also buy a honeycomb one, but I can't find it in our move. I lost that at some point. So, but I am just so excited. And if you see balloons behind me, that's because it's my birthday. And so some folks got me some balloons and some other things. So that's why you see them floating around in the back. Okay. Then, of course, I moved on to embellishments. Here's one of my little containers I got from either Dollar Tree or Michael's. I can't remember which. But this has got these really small, iridescent, I don't know if you're going to be able to see those sequins, but just really, really pretty. They have a pinkish color to them. And I tend to gravitate and use a lot of pink in my cards. So this was perfect for me. And I can use them for shakers, whatever. Also bought these little bitty halfback pearl embellishments. I'll be quite honest, these are the 4mm, and I did not realize how tiny they were going to be. I should have got my ruler out and said, okay, what's 4mm exactly? How big is that? But these are very tiny. I've got more coming in 8mm that will be twice these size because these are so good. And I think I paid like $1.50 for this, maybe not even that much. I don't know. But I'm using this as well. Then I moved on to stamps because, you know, I'm a stamper. That's kind of how I got into paper crafting way back 20-some years ago. I just fell in love with stamping. So the first set I got, and I've already used these, they stamp wonderfully. They're see-through, and I have nothing bad to say. These are great stamps. So this one's got a lot of kind of Christmassy images. There's a deer, snowflake. This is wishing you a very Merry Christmas, a tree, and then a gift down here. So definitely, I mean, a couple bucks. That's all I paid for this, $2 or $3. It's great. Then I've got this set here that's nautical. So there's a knot, a compass, a lantern. The ship is beautiful. I've stamped that already because I wanted to try it out the other day. Oh, I love it. This is a ship wheel with an anchor and then a beautiful lighthouse. Okay. All right. One of the products that I was not as thrilled with, I'll be quite honest, has been this double-sided tape. I was trying to find a way to buy something a little bit more cost-friendly than score tape. And this it's tearing tape just like any other tape you see out there in the craft world that people are using. And it works pretty well, but if it was a box or something that I really wanted to make sure that stayed together, not sure I'd use this. I would still probably go for my score tape. But I'm using it up. It's great. This roll has been used a little bit, so this is not as big a roll as you would typically get of score tape, which is pretty darn decent amount. But I got 5 of these for, I think, a couple of bucks. So I'm still not disappointed. Glad I got it. Okay, so last weekend I showed you a picture, if you were on my Facebook page, of things, my die cuts and things, and I was like, oh, I've got to do something with these. So let me just run through some cards. Still haven't used anywhere close to all those die cuts in my sandwich container, but it's a beginning. Okay, so this one used the shaker I had made that was in there, this happy, add this birthday. This is a Cuttlebug folder, the Swiss dots, and this is really stinking cute. I love it. All right, this one, I used a lot of things that were in that sandwich container. I used some scrap paper, this hello, the foil stickers, this butterfly, I cut this out. All of this was in there, the 2 circles. Added some really pretty Dollar Tree washi tape to it, and totally cute. Love it. This was in there. I'm also trying to use up all my pre-made cards. So this was a pre-made card that has this embossing, square embossing on the back of it. I had this cut out already done. I got it popped up on some foam, and the happy birthday cuts out. This is one of those dies that I've bought from eBay. Added some flowers from my stash that were recollections that I bought recently. And put some really cool washi at the bottom. Trying to use up that washi too. Alright, this is one I made on my Cricut, this card. This already had the background paper on it. I was just like, I've got to finish this and make this into a card. So I used the square and a butterfly I already had in that sandwich container full of stuff. I used some of my recollections flowers again. I used a sequin in the middle. This is some of those print sentiments I did on my computer on Cricut paper. It says nothing worth having comes easy. Added some little pearls and added that in the middle so I can write a message. Cute. Alright. Made this with some dies I recently bought that I want to think I got from Michaels, but I can't remember who made it. It might be Sizzix, I think. That's got live, laugh. There's also love in there. But since I have this little cute little and in my stash of that sandwich container full of scraps, I put live and laugh. And then this cute little print and cut of this darling little raccoon. And then I had a square piece of paper and I embedded one of these square dice in it to give it some contrast. Added a leaf I had in my stash and then a die cut trim over here. Here's that same squared paper that I think this is the last one of these pre-made cards I used. And I just took a lot of the things I had in my sandwich container, the full stars, this craft piece, the gold, layered them on top of each other, added some flowers again, and a enamel dot. I have a bag of words that I've had forever. And just went through it and found unconditional and added unconditional friend, because since friends are who mainly get a lot of my cards, and so just added that up there. That's a stamped friend, so love that one. Again, this circle was out of the stash with using a stitched circle die I have. This cherish I had in my stash that I think I got from a swap. Then I added some flowers from my stash. This the two behind it are the recollections. This is one that I got in the $1 or $2 bin at Michael's. And then I've had this stamp forever. Did that in some Tangerine Twist from Stampin' Up! Just to kind of bring it together, make that the focal. Okay, this one is got a doily I bought from Michael's. This beautiful little tag that has some shaker elements in it was given to me in a swap. And using those words I have and words I have in a stamp set, I added the sentiment, you're a first-rate friend. Added some of those cute little half-back flat pieces I just showed you. Now I can't find them because they're on my desk. Oh, these things. These. So added those to kind of draw attention to each word. So, like that one. And then this, scrap papers I had laying around, matted everything. This cutout I had, it was white, but I colored it in Copic markers so it matched the little teacup that I made, or coffee cup. Just added thinking of you. Again, that's one of those sentiments I made on this Cricut sticker paper. Added some flowers and a little bling, and you have a card. Okay, so that's kind of what I've been doing. Now let's go on. I am giving away something on my blog. I'll leave a link down below so you can find the blog post, but it's a Rafflecopter. One of the things I bought from Wish was the set of alcohol markers. There's 30 of them in here. I've already used them. They're not the same as Copics, because if you're looking for a Copic marker, this is not it. But these are beautiful or wonderful to use, I would say, on a adult coloring page. They do have a wedge tip. I don't know if you can see that on one side, and then a blunt tip on the other. So again, I don't know if you can see that. Perfect. So this is not a brush tip on the end like a Copic. But there's a set of 30. They came in this nice little pouch. Came perfectly packaged to me. I got them. I like them, but I don't see myself picking these out to work with every day like I do for my set of Copics. And I have a very small set of Copics. So I'm going to give these away to somebody who would like to have some, again, for an adult coloring pages or whatever. I like to do that sometimes as well. I usually go with colored pencils when I'm doing adult coloring, but this would be great for beginner or for somebody who just likes to do some coloring. I think they work great. They blend somewhat, but not as well as Copics. So I'm just going to put that as a disclaimer. But they're a great set, and I think there's a home out there for them. So see the in the description down below, and you can see how you can enter to win these. And I'll be picking a winner, or have a raffle copter who's going to be picking a winner on the. I think I put it for October something. I can't remember. That's so bad. But anyway, it'll all be in the description and on the blog, on my blog post. So if you want to win, please enter. Hope you have a great weekend. See you next time.